Hola!
Hola.
Hi, beautiful lady.
And I'm taking that one.
What, beautiful lady?
Yes.
Yes, because
I it's mine. Mm.
are a
That
beautiful lady.
yeah, this is such an interesting subject.
We are going to
Yeah.
talk about self-worth today, right? Self-love.
Yeah, and self-love, oh God, uh, not professional yet.
Look.
I put my little light, okay, fire. And the lighting director got fired. And I accept. Oh, fabulous. I'm going to go today to get some of that.
Stop
That's right.
trying to do a baby blanket. No, I'm laughing
I
at
love
how
it.
professional we are.
Yeah. And I love knitting. And whenever something happens, I call it in my design because sometimes I miss a
Yeah,
stitch, whatever.
exactly right. And it's like that lump there
Yeah.
is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
It
think.
was perfectly directed. So, I definitely did struggle through my life with this self-love.
Mhm, me too.
I started really, really little. It's a known fact that as a baby, you can be in your mother's womb and you are hearing, you're absorbing everything. And in my case, my mom, my dad left for whatever reason, and she said that was the love of her life. So we tend to blame ourselves for stuff. I wasn't even there. Oh, by the way, we got to introduce. This is Lily,
Hi, Lily.
my baby.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, and she wrote a disclosure so we can use her.
Yeah, she won't be like using any of our material or anything because it's precious.
Are you interested?
Just saying, Lily.
Maybe, she said, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
right.
So we kind of renegotiate the contract at one point.
Three of
Um,
us.
And with that being said, my mom had her reasons to do because, at the end of the day, we're here to experience, we're here to grow. I would rather get it in a book or in a good video or because I don't watch TV, but maybe in a movie, something from now on, because this going through thing is a little much. You know, you had a lot of experience yourself and a child start growing and thinking that something is wrong. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially, I was talking to Gabor Mate one time, and Gabor Mate is an amazing doctor, right? That he specialized in addictions for a long time, but he does anything really. And he said, because his mother have to give to him to a perfect stranger because he was the Holocaust, and they were going to get killed. I mean, she wanted to save the baby. But in his little brain, even though they have become, all that part of the brain was really not developed yet,
Mhm.
the amygdala recorded, subconscious mind is like, wow, they might have given me because whatever stories we run.
So he felt like he was being given away.
Well, he kind of was, no?
Yeah, he was for sure. Right, but he didn't see the intention of why.
Um, you know, and that's the deal.
Yeah, yeah. I think that
Because
can like change things, right? When you know the intention or you have understanding, it's the
or because I wasn't my mother and I'm not my mother. I have a whole different path, a whole different combination, of cells and whatever the story. And now science has discovered, right? And my dear, dear friend, Bruce Lipton, he he's very clear in the biology of belief, like Candice Burton, molecules of emotion. How we make ourselves, how we have free will to, through the emotions, concepts, constructs, and what we tell ourselves, create the cells,
Mhm.
create physical issues. I'm a cancer survivor that they gave me 10 to 15 days. And they say, there's no way that we can treat you. This is 60 years, maybe. I'm not linear, so
Yeah.
around that area. Um, and I did have a talk with Divine, and I said, we got to move the date because I know you sent me here to do something, and I have a mission. I'm at service. I
Mhm.
appreciate, I appreciate the test. I really do, because she kind of puts you in a whole different, you know, you get
Yeah,
an avalanche in your route, you're going to take another road if you have, if you want to not get smashed, right?
exactly.
And the same day, I met Michio Kushi, a macrobiotic doctor, and he said, don't worry about it, I'll pay everything and come to my center in Philadelphia. And so I did. And there I learned it was 10 of us at that group, and one of them was Louise Hay.
Oh, is that how you met her?
That's how I met her, and that's how we became really good friends. And she was going through her thing, because they had told her she was on the way out, and thank God now they made that illegal because nobody knows how long you're gonna last. So look at me, right,
Yeah.
and many others.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, depending on who you are, that can be your ticket out.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
believe in authority that way and you believe in the word of doctor, like the word of Christ, then
right.
some people, even if it's a mistaken diagnosis, that would take them out.
Right. Well, definitely, because it's like that's your prescription right now. It's like, okay, so you done,
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
you gone, and I'm like, I can't do that right now, and I'm not gonna do it. And I was predetermined with my talk,
Yeah.
and I did the work, and I learned there because we did not only diet. The macrobiotic diet is very alkaline, and that's what's
Yeah.
needed because
Yeah.
cancers love acid.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
ate three things for 3 years, three and three.
Like,
My brown rice, my azuki bean, my seaweed, and kukicha tea. Um, where did we made it? How did I made it? What was happening that I ended up? Do cancers are anger and resentment?
yeah, depending. Where was it, Isabel? Where did you have it?
Everywhere because it was Hodgkin.
Oh,
It
wow.
was lymphatic, and it was stage 4 plus. It was right.
Yeah.
And nobody could discover it for a long time until the Mayo Clinic. But to be honest with you, I knew my vision. I knew my road, like you do. And I'm here to do service. And I claim myself. Hey, not ready. Thank you for that test because
Yeah.
that did a lot. And I learned so many different things that I have assisted so many with, you know?
Yeah, so that experience in itself, I think that experience in itself allowed you to taste life from a completely different perspective. I mean, when I put myself in the same place and I think about what it must feel like to be told that you've only got so long left, uh, I would imagine that's a very big shift in your thinking system, right? So if you come in here, if you think about it and you come in here to have all of these experiences, and then once we have these experiences, hopefully we acknowledge the growth from them and we learn something from them. And then
Mm.
with you, with it being your journey to be of service, that experience is priceless because what you
Yeah,
got from that and what you can pass on to other people.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, the next one I want to read it in a book.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. A little selfish there, but whatever. The thing is that when you go to that place of chaos, because everything went, it's like the Big Bang Theory, right? The only thing after that is to rebuild, however,
Mhm.
right? Because you go in denial, then you go in like fear, then you shut down. It's so many steps of that little adventure there. And truly very valuable because they taught us to observe that,
Okay.
observe that. What is it that is happening right now? What are you holding back on it in the expression of what, so many little levels, right? And Lucille, she had it too from, I don't want to violate her privacy, but it's public somewhere if anybody wants to research. From things that had happened to her and growing up, and that she didn't feel that she had the voice or the strength or whatever it was, and everybody that was there, it was a doctor that had full body cancer in the bone.
Mm.
And according to the medical system, that is not recoverable. Because I work with Joe Brenner and he had it. And it's incredibly painful and he didn't make it. But this doctor did, and he wrote many books and, he did his work. We all did our work.
Mhm.
So this is my deal. Now science knows about neuroplasticity, right?
Right.
So the story of the genes, because we're going to invite Bruce Lipton here, the story of the genes that, like, what do we inherit from somebody? More than the actual physical gene, I learned that the energetic attachments of ancestral systems, and that's why I love the body code, the energy code, the heart wall, and all that. And I learned in shamanism, to go soul retrieval journey and forgive the aggressor, forgive that part of that, or, like I said before, that beautiful little movie called Mulan,
Mhm.
where she breaks all the rules in the Japanese system, my goodness.
Yeah.
And how the little dragon, it was the subconscious mind always along with her. I think it's crucial for us to understand what we do to ourselves when we batch.
Well, it's interesting because, the way that I was taught with the process of health and, well, it's kind of like the same. Today's topic is like self-worth, right? But I think what you're talking about is a perfect example as far as the way that the body is in this experience. If your thoughts are not corrected or changed or maybe like realigned or dealt with, then, I was taught that the thoughts hold energy, right? The thoughts are energy. Thoughts are energy. And those energies within those thoughts are what start to build like a snowball within the body. So if, for example, we have repetitive self-worth thoughts that are aligned with something that's very negative, something that's acidic within the body, the energy of it, and it's repetitively, even subconsciously thought throughout the day, like I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not special, or I'm not smart enough to do that, or whatever those beliefs are that we hold in our subconscious mind that we've gathered along the life. If those thoughts aren't dealt with, then they build, right? They build from an energetical perspective. And I like to think of it like a snowball. And the thoughts, the more that you think them, the more that they start to build. And then the more that you feed this snowball, the more that the energy is building. And then the snowball becomes something that we can actually feel in the body, which is an emotion that's part of the thoughts. And then as you keep going, those emotions, if they're not dealt with, then they become something that is a disease in the body.
Right.
Oh,
But it's very clear the word
yeah,
peace is, right? We
right,
know that is. Hmm. They fester because any energies, you know, any energies that the negative, they're very low in
right.
energy.
Yeah, in
Very-
frequency. Mm-hmm.
So it's like having rotten food all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That you put something there, you don't address it, and it ends up rattening, it can even make you sick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what we say to ourselves is the worst words, and the more accepted by us, and the more caustic things that, because we truly believe it, because it's us who's saying it, right?
Exactly right. The subconscious already has heard it a million times, so it believes it and accepts it already. That's why, when people do affirmations and things like that, or they're trying to change their negativity to positivity, when you do any kind of cognitive behavioral therapy, all of those things, it's challenging. It's not like okay, I can just shift it. Some people can, but
Mm.
most people, it takes some time because you're literally reprogramming the brain to think a different way.
Yeah. The thing is, that's why I love hypnotherapy and
Hmm.
trance,
Hmm.
because you go straight to the master. You straight talking to the subconscious mind who's got the control of all this, and it's been protecting us for whatever reason. In the control room of our mind, we have the protector, the critical, the controller, the all Carl Jung's archetypes. We have all that in those files, and they pull out whenever we need it, and a lot of times they do serve a purpose, right,
Yes.
for growth.
Yeah.
But when it's a persistent hammering to ourselves, it start doing chipping away, and it start really hurting us. And who is it really that we're comparing ourselves to?
See that, that's a really interesting question because I've thought about that many times over the years when I've done regression work
Mm.
or past life regression work or whatever, my own sessions. Are we literally comparing ourselves to, I mean, there's so many things, but for a while there, I was like, I'm trying to make it so that it's like authentic. One of the things that I was super struggling with was self-worth, like my own self-confidence and my own self-esteem. And I would at the time, this is years ago when I was really like in the practice of learning past life regression, as part of my path with hypnotherapy. And all the different past lives that I would visit, it was like, okay, I'm trying to get something from these experiences that build my self-confidence in this reality, that build my self-worth in this reality. So am I comparing myself to myself? Am I comparing myself to subconsciously to past aspects of myself, or am I comparing myself to future aspects of myself that I know I can be, that I am not yet? If we're going on the the no linear, if we're going on it's all parallel, then hey, maybe I'm just comparing myself to that person next to me that acts more like Jesus than I do. Maybe I just like more like, the average Joe over here, and I know inside of me that there's Jesus. Do you understand what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
what really is going on in our subconscious that's feeding us this belief that we're not good enough yet? And do we all come to Earth with that belief from soul perspective?
I have never really met a baby that said, I don't like myself.
Yeah, right.
No, we picked it up. And we do bring some sort of baggage from the times before. And in it's an evolution in the soul system, right? And the growth that we creating. And now it's people in the world that they're not doing amazing, loving, kind um, actions taken, and destroying a lot of people, whatever it is, but they feel and they think that they're doing the right thing for whatever reason.
Exactly.
So that's the opposite. Okay. Self-love from somebody that does a plastic surgery every year or consistently. And I'm not putting that down.
Mhm.
I'm saying if you want to do it because it feels good, it's one thing. If you do it because you don't think you're good enough and you start turning into somebody else that is unrecognizable, and I have seen that, you know, doing the work that I did before, it's chasing a ghost holy grail that it never is found. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious that the cosmetic surgery or whatever it is that you're trying to fix a feeling of is not being hit by all the surgeries. It's still not working right. But you can have empathy and understanding for those people because they're lost. And all that is happening is we're in a society that says improve the way that you look and then you'll feel better, you know?
Not everywhere in the world. Here in the States is pretty prominent. Where I grew up, in the countries that I grew up, and it's funny, my girlfriend Vera the other day was like saying that, yeah, and I want to age like in France, where you're fine no matter what. It's an appreciation for you being you. It's not condemning. It's the fact that when it gets out of hand, I've seen it. Um, is this what is and I work with somebody, and he was so amazing and loved me, and he changed himself to a place where was unrecognizable with not even dark skin, and because he didn't want to look like the family. I don't know if that's what's going on, that we do these things
Mm,
not to belong to the tribe that hurt us,
yeah.
or we doing this because we're chasing something that is going to continue to change, and it's not the yesterday, it's not tomorrow, it's just the now.
Mm,
Because it's okay. I do my hair, you do your hair, and I put my little chingaderas, and I have my makeup and stuff, and I like it. And that was my business for 50 something years. So, and I like it. I like the painting of it. I like that. And I pay attention to myself. Can I do something without it? And in school, I showed up like few times a cappella around 1,700 people. I was like really comfortable just being in the group and being in the thing and being not having a superiority feeling that, oh, everybody's different.
hmm
It's important to hear.
Mm-hmm.
when we get that little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you don't believe? Because people said, oh, you manifest all the time. You need to believe in yourself in some way that is super strong.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Because, yeah, the universe only responds to feeling,
Mm-hmm.
not to talk. So when you say that affirmation, do you believe it?
Exactly. That's what I always teach. Unless you feel it in your body, it's like you're not speaking anything, really. You have to pick an affirmation that resonates with you, something that you feel a shift in your own body when you say it. Like if I was to say, I love you, Corey, then I actually get a feeling of expansion and I can feel it in my shoulders. I can feel like an expansion, you know?
Like,
But if I was to say something like that I don't necessarily believe, or like um, if I was to say, Corey, you're better than everybody else, like I can feel more of a constriction in my body, like my tummy gets tight. Like
mhm.
I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah,
everybody is so self-aware with body awareness. I know everybody is not me and we're all different, but I think you can, unless it feels good and it sounds good to you in an affirmation. I personally think affirmations suck ass if you don't.
yeah. No, because it's almost trying to convince your own self. It's like,
Right?
yeah, right.
Yeah, I know I'm like, because your left brain will just grab it instantly and say, yeah, you're full of poop. You're full of baloney. Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. So then you're just wasting off your day.
Yeah, I discovered ways to do it. When
Yeah.
I was little, growing up in the hills of Peru, really high up there, the nana, that raised me in the Cuero Indian, we were doing ceremony one time, and the stars there is like billions. You can see them. They just, you see the star people going back and forth. It's like a freeway. It's amazing. And she said to me, you are very lucky. You are born under a star that is always going to give you whatever you need and protect you, no matter if it doesn't feel like it to you. And being a child, I was like, damn, that's a good one. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm taking that.
mm-hmm. So everything I do, I write like it this, like it that. All my passwords had some lucky something on it. Oh, lucky me and lucky.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and so you can choose something that is no more believable to you,
That's authentic and real. Yeah, exactly.
more believable to you,
Yeah, I get it.
and picking up a part of your life that you felt really, really good, or you had that moment of wow.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Uh, I'm not talking about clinical cases right now. I'm
Yeah,
just talking, the average cat that, can one day you had a good birthday party. One day you met somebody that, oh my God, you got that moment.
yeah, you said
You
something.
had your child. It's always something.
Hmm.
One outfit, something that you had. Keep that moment and go back to it and anchor it, right? Anchor it
Yeah,
and say, you know what? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm worth it.
I am the shit.
Yeah. It's just a thing. Yeah, it's just is that
So-
go in a different route about the self-love.
Right?
Something different, something that you accomplish in a place that you work for a reason you got there, because you can do an affirmation and said, uh, oh, money, I won millions of dollars and all. But if in the background it's money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard.
Okay.
Uh, if you have money, you're gonna get robbed. Remember, blee, 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 blee. That
Mm,
affirmation is just a waste of time, really.
yeah. I think I've done a couple of talks on this one before. There's two laws of the universe. One is working with the law of that which you that which you think you create, like the law of attraction. And then
Right,
you have your opposing universal law, which is that which you resist, you attract. And you put those two things together, and the subconscious mind is going to win every time. So you can spout and say whatever you want in the world of law of attraction, but if your subconscious mind doesn't believe it, back here, like you said, if your subconscious mind is saying, I'm never going to be rich, I don't deserve money, I'm not good enough to have what I want, blah, blah, blah. This voice is always louder because it's always real, because it's what we've accepted already. So this
right.
one that we're pretending with to try and make it till we fake it or fake it till we make it, it's got no chance.
No, no chance. And being hypnotherapists, both of us, understanding and all the research and all the work I've done in Cornell and these other schools that I've been going, it's proven by
Yeah,
neuroscience.
yeah,
This isn't a, talk between two brilliant chicks. It's about that is a proof. I mean, the subconscious mind is here to keep you safe and to download whatever you need at that moment. It knows exactly now. If we ask for a different thing, thank you. And that's what we're going to do in this series that we're doing. We're going to help people, not help because I don't like to say that. Sorry. Um, if we're going to assist and download tools for them to be able to manage and master their mind and their future and their life, is definitely, it's going to change. It's no way that it won't.
right.
It won't, because, if we do the sixth step in hypnotherapy, it's gonna, yeah, and the squash and things that, you swap things from what you used to do to what you want.
Yeah,
And then as the subconscious mind to remove the saboteur, because the saboteur serves a purpose,
right.
right? Even the pains serve a purpose. All these things serve a purpose, but we have a choice to have a better tool. And we're going to show them how they can have a better tool and feel that freedom. And the more I do my work in myself, because people said, oh, what are you working on? Myself,
Yeah, exactly.
constantly.
Yeah.
Because my life is not valued by what I'm doing.
Do you ever get work on yourself burnout?
Do I get work in what, Mom?
Do you ever get work on yourself burnout?
In the self burned out?
Yeah, like working on yourself burnout. Have you ever experienced that? For like, what I mean is like for 20 plus years, all I read was self-work books, self-changing, educating myself, taking classes, doing more and more and more to become more knowledgeable, to help myself, but also
Mm-hmm.
for my practice, right? To help our
Mm-hmm.
clients.
Mm-hmm.
The more we know, the more we experience, the more we can learn, the more we can pass on, all of that stuff.
Right.
So it's like we're constantly like this sponge, just
Mm,
absorbing more and more techniques.
mm,
Do you,
right. My mother said,
have you ever got to a point where you were sick of it?
yeah. Well, that my mother said something very interesting one time. She said, because we always love to read. And so don't read things that you don't digest before you read the next one. And that's the thing that we tend to, and I saw it when I was doing the Chopra Center work and the Robinsons and all these other things that I did. I spoke and when we went diet on the road and all that bit. And, it was more of an entertainment for people than doing the work.
Mm.
So the more we do this and we don't digest it and don't practice it and don't apply it, we kind of create an overload in the energetic system and mental indigestion, really,
Yeah, yeah,
you know? And it's very simple. Just observe through the day, be mindful
yeah.
how you talk to yourself, and ask yourself this question. If you see a little child, will you talk to that little child the way you talk to yourself?
Hmm. Right.
If you see a little elder, fragile elder person, will you talk to that person the way you talk to yourself? The
Hmm.
batching, the
Hmm.
not accepting. Because we tend, especially when with my clients, they come in with a truckload of negative stuff, right? Now, what is the positive? Why don't we keep swapping? That's why I love Yoga Nidra to swap. Why can't we swap it? Why can't we start in the positive and say, this is what I want? And people say, well, because I don't know what I want. We all do.
Yeah.
If you observe the contrast, I don't want to talk to myself like so mean. And I don't want to say to myself, oh, you got, a spot, which I do, by the way. A spot in my spot. That's mine. I covered it up or whatever. Yeah, I got that, and it's my spot. You know, instead of that, say, you know what? I love my skin. Wow, I'm 77 and I love my skin. Why do we do the other side first? Why is that more prominent?
Maybe because we're always in fix it mode. Maybe we don't stop and I think this is what meditation is all about, Isabel. I think we have to somehow, as human beings, have tools to make us stop and be aware. Like you keep mentioning, just pay attention, just be aware in your day, just be aware. But most people don't even stop long enough to be aware. They don't.
Mhm.
It's like having the ability to slow down and stop is uncomfortable for most people. Even then, it's like they're on the phone. You have a moment of like pause and you're on your phone. You're diving into something else that occupies the brain,
The thing is that these two are related.
right?
The busyness and that, because the busyness is to fit in, the busyness is to get it done. The
Yeah.
busyness is all that. It's part of the sense of self-worth.
Right.
You see?
I do. Yeah, because if we're not busy, then who are we?
Right. We didn't accomplish things. We're not in the run thing, whatever the story is.
Yeah.
From managing. I understand a lot of things in the house, and one day I was talking to Dr. Hiroki, the acupuncturist, and I love him so much. So he's so special. And I said, I get all distraught if things are not put away or an orderly place. What's that? And simply he said, bad lung.
A bad lung. Oh, that's
And
interesting.
I said, oh, how can that be? He goes, yeah, because the lung controls space
Oh.
in Chinese medicine.
So if you don't clean up your space, you're subconsciously cleaning up your space to clean up your lung.
Well, the fact is that the lung is controlling space where air and all of that is, right?
Right.
So when you see disorder in your system in the Chinese medicine, is feeling that is not enough, is suffocating.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like there's no,
Mm.
it's not clean, it's not open and spacious.
Right.
But the mess makes us feel contracted.
right.
Holy shit. That's a great
Yeah,
metaphor.
yeah. And he totally, it wasn't even a thought for him. He was, "Doo, doo, doo." And my husband is metal. The
Right.
long tall people is metal. So metal and long, yeah. And Steve is always taking the space.
Explain, rewind. What do you mean your husband's metal?
Well, in the Chinese medicine is one of the elements that rule. We have
Oh, okay.
metal, we have wood, we have, fire, air, we have the system that
Like the
Ayurvedic,
elements.
right. And Ayurvedic has it too, with the Pitta Kapha and yeah. And and Steve can have the entire house and he comes and puts things right in my spot. He's always taking the space for everything. And it was so funny one day I went to see Dr. Hiroki and I'm like, ah, and he goes, he's metal. I was like, well, so he goes, that's what they do. And I was like, oh, he can't help it. Okay.
Oh,
And it was compassion that day, but once in a while it's not so much.
yeah, no. Move your bloody piles out of my space.
And why do you have an office and you come in my little spot and just yeah.
Trying to
But
breathe.
and that's the deal that all these little claims that I just said, we're doing it to regain our sense of self-worth. This is me. I'm important, don't take my space.
Yeah.
So many things come from that.
Yeah. Steve gives you the opportunity to speak up for yourself or to be overruled by him. Right? And that's all in the learning of your self-worth.
Right. It's about sense of self-worth. Now, if it's a little child that is still doesn't understand that, he can care less that Steve put 3,000 things around. It will be an amusement. It will be something to play with.
Right.
So the perspective of all these constructs and all these little bits that they come along with the sense of self-worth and the way we talk about ourselves and all that, they are very constricting as we see
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they manifest in so many parts of our life and thoughts and every other thing.
It's like, I don't know about you. What just came to me was a light bulb then for myself because I'm trying to change this. I'm working on this. Um, Being of service, working with others, being not necessarily needed, but having a sense that what we have to share could help or could guide someone else, right? I think when I look back over the my time frame of being a therapist for the last 22 years plus whatever, in the beginning, I definitely know that I got into this because it fed that part of me that needed to feel needed. It fed that insecurity within me that I wasn't this special person or anything, but when it comes to work, when it comes to clients, I feel needed. I feel heard, I feel seen, I feel appreciated,
Mm,
right? It fed that void inside of my self-worth.
mm,
And then over the years, that's shifted and changed, and the perspective has changed, and I've changed. But the light bulb that just came on when you said that was that it's like in my personal life with men, I'm trying not to use what I know, and that is to be helpful and be of service in my intimate relationships. Does that make sense? I don't want to be
much.
their mum anymore. I'm sick of attracting men that I end up trying to fix or mother or grow or help to change or expand or become their best selves. I'm
Right.
sick of that.
Right. Well, you know,
Hey, Louis.
a
Help.
lot of no, a lot of no, a lot of my female clients, they come in with stuff, and I say, "Do you get a remodeler?" You got a remodeling project with you know, why do you think you need to fix things? Now, the other part of this is trying to become a better mother than yours,
Mm,
the protector, the empowering one, the one that nurtures, the ones that share her body and her love because you're lovely. Um, and being the mother that you never had. Mm? Right. And the thing is that these deals come in with another mother.
yes.
And either we remodel our mother concept from our own mother and grandmothers or whatever, or we are going to continue to attract exactly what we dislike, we fear, we don't like in that, because we have a concept somewhere in the back, in the somewhere here in some file, that motherhood needs fixing because we didn't have that motherhood ourselves. Mm. So we want to be the opposite, or we're trying to find out, and we get these bouncing boards with two legs and two arms and a head that we practice on.
Exactly. And within that, I think looking back in my life, picking my husband, my ex-husband, I felt um needed in that area because I knew that I was good at that. Like I know I'm good at being helpful or being of service to people. So I was picking men to be helpful, to be of service, because that was what I thought I was getting my self-worth from. But then in the earlier days when I was younger, you start to feel resentful because really deep down, this is interesting. Really deep down, what I want is them to do that for me. You know, I want to be a princess. I want to be taken care of. I want them to do those things for me. I want them to intuitively say the right thing or do the right thing or so I'm loving these men the way that I want to be loved and then ended up being resentful because I'm not getting it back. But yet I chose them energetically because that was an area where I felt comfortable and confident.
Yeah. And and perhaps not, maybe not.
I know.
Because the Cory that I know for decades now, he was always giving, always lovely, always and I know this is true, that you were very assertive, always been, have incredible clarity, and you have boundaries even within yourself for you. Okay. And what I have learned from you, you always have contributed. And somehow, and I know that the connection with your subconscious mind want to heal that inner child. And that's why you have done thousands of children meditation and you have empowered children in the most incredible way because you don't want any other child to be hurt and you want them to find their way to the kindness and love that you felt somewhere you didn't get.
No. Oh, wow.
Like I said before, in that when Paul McKenna asked the student, "What did your mother say? What did she say to you?" And the girl said, My mother said, I wish you were never born because you ruined my life."
Mm.
And she was an adult, but she got taken away. You know, she managed. We do that to ourselves every day.
Yeah, right.
We do that to ourselves every day. good enough. You this is not, that's not. I've been, because you just made a statement that is totally valid, but I know another side of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that the Cory, that I know the soul, I know that you're here to do so much good, and you have for so many years. But you are seeing a side that is not apparent to anybody else.
Mm.
You're an incredible mother. You have manifested incredible things, including your matcha boba.
Which I have perfected, by the way. I made a strawberry mix yesterday for my strawberry matcha. Oh my gosh, Isabel, it's so bloody good.
Non-worth people cannot do that.
See, I am so worthy, right?
It's true.
Of the
It's
bar.
that I will ask all of you everywhere. Oh, before we get in trouble,
Please like
please
and subscribe.
subscribe and like.
Please like, share, subscribe, put the bell on.
I forgot. Oh God,
Hug,
he was
whatever.
gonna karate chop me. Um, it's so all through the day, girls, boys, men, children, everybody, just every day, a little something for yourself. Have a little something for yourself that you give to yourself.
Yeah, right. Just the
Yeah,
smallest thing, like my strawberry matcha, makes me
yeah,
feel so loved.
right.
I'm
And
taking the time to do that for myself.
it came from you.
Yeah,
When you think I gotta do this and that, think of, huh, what is something that will take seconds that is actually for me?
yeah, exactly.
You know? Right. Right. I do my painting. I do because I'm a coach for thing.
What's this? Brave thinking? What's this?
Oh, with Mary Morrison,
Oh, yeah.
the coaching, one of the coachings. She's amazing. I did
Okay.
the Brave Thinking and I did the Dream Builder, and I adore the programs. And it just, children dream. Have a moment.
Yeah.
Be a child. Do something that a child will do. A coloring book. Do something, that you draw something in one of your nails, a little smiley that you look at.
Whatever it is.
It's me from me. Do something for you.
Yeah.
And when something comes and you said, "Oh God, I'm too short," caught myself yesterday when Steve is very tall and he put things really high, and I'm like, I'm short for that. And I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? You're perfectly fine size for who you are. So I grabbed a big spoon and I brought it down. It's those all day long. Would you do that to a baby?
I know, right? We're terrible to
Why
ourselves.
would you do that to a puppy? Will
So,
you go to an elder's home and go around saying you're too old, you're too short, you're too crooked, you're too this, you're too that?
what is coming to me is okay, so we know that we all do this as human beings, right? But what action, what tools can we share right now with our friends here?
Okay.
Lily, what tools can we do that kind of intercept that? What comes to me is like cognitive behavioral therapy. Like when you have your, I don't think I have anything close by. Oh, I do. Perfect. Like, how you done that one?
No, but I'm going to now.
Okay, so cognitive behavioral therapy is I am too short. You would go, right, with your hairband or your elastic band that you're going to leave on your wrist for a couple of weeks. And it's a practice where you start to rescript the brain. So this creates enough pain to send a signal to the brain that says, ow, like, ow. And it pauses the thinking in that second. So in that millisecond, your brain will stop going, I'm too short. It will go, ow. right? And then when you get the ow, you get the pause and the space to have the time to re-script your thoughts. So you would replace the thought with something else like, I am beautiful the size that I am. I'm beautiful the size that I am. Whatever your affirmation is that, like we said earlier, that feels true to you, you know?
Feel it.
So what would yours be about being small?
Being small, well, when small, I said, no, I'm not. I have a brain and I feed it out with a big wooden spoon that I can bring it out. So I said, well, these guys have created many ways for me to do things.
To be
Then
creative.
I create other ways to do things that I would have not done if I was tall enough to grab it.
Exactly, right?
So bring in the construct, the other, yeah,
Yeah, you rescripted it by a positive of what that shortness created. That shortness created creativity inside of your brain
right,
to be
right,
solution based.
right. The
Right.
solution came in, and I'm like, and I was thinking, wow, a little bee does so much, and she's so little.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. So
You know,
yeah, you see it through
swap it.
a positive lens instead of a negative lens. So that would be your cognitive behavioral therapy rescript. But this just allows people
Right,
pause in that second to
right.
get the opportunity to rescript it.
Right. And you know what? You can do it with little things that you collect. It's like every time you have one of those, you put one in a little jar.
Like a swear jar.
Right. And like a swear jar. And you'd be surprised how fast that jar fills
Yeah.
up in one day. Or
Especially if it's
pinching
about,
yourself.
especially if it's about
Oh,
swearing.
you know? Because a little elephant doesn't said, "Oh, I got too many wrinkles and whatever." Babies don't care if they poop in their pants; they're pretty fine. They just make a noise and they figure once it works, once they figure, damn, okay. It's just doing things like that and swapping it because we have the ability. We have what it takes.
So what tools do you use? Do you have any tools that come to mind that helps you to, are you on?
I go right away. I go right away either to havening or tapping.
Okay. Oh,
Do
interesting.
my tapping. Even though I think I'm too short. You always have to put the number. What number are you in with this?
You did the number
I'm
one,
in a force, so it's not that big.
but something.
Even though I feel too short, I know that I love and accept myself.
Right.
Even though sometimes I get aggravated because I can't reach things. I know that my size and my brain have solutions, and I can totally love and accept myself.
Just for the people that don't know what tapping is, when you're tapping on these certain points in the body, I think there's nine of them, correct? Is it nine?
We can tap in where we have hundreds of meridian points because it's basically the meridian points.
Exactly. So
It's energetic meridian point.
you're
They
really,
can check in charts or they can trust us.
yeah.
Even though I feel not so happy about myself sometimes, because I check on all these flaws, I know that I can love and accept myself.
Mhm.
Every time that I think of myself in belittling and small ways, I am grateful because many people have it a lot worse and they have the reason to feel that way, and I don't. Even though I bash myself in many ways, I know that I can love and accept myself.
So you're just allowing this to intuitively come through, right?
Right. And take a deep breath
Yeah.
and check now where the number is. Where is the number? Okay, I have a little left. even though I've been bad to myself, some things that they've been changing in my body, I love and accept and completely accept myself. Even though I have found things that I consider myself some flaws, I love and completely accept myself. You look to the right, you look to the left, go around 360, the other way 360, and tap one more time. I love and completely accept myself. Go around again to the left, then to the right, and go around in 360, go around in 360, and hum a little sound of whatever song. Mine is sippity doo da, sippity day. Mine, oh mine, what a wonderful day. I think we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to the right, to the left, around and around. And take a nice long breath.
Feel a shift.
You feel the energy right now on the podcast
Mm-hmm.
shifted so much.
Yeah, it's like a
I
walk.
have some tools and I recorded meditation that is good to do 21 days because the
Beautiful.
subconscious mind responds to repetition.
Yeah, Isabel has recorded a meditation for self-love and self-worth, and it's going to be linked under this podcast, right? So people can,
We're gonna ask Master. I don't know.
yes, we'll
He's
ask
gonna put it out. Yeah,
Man Behind the Curtain to put the link so that people can download it for free and just kind of come and visit the web.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I listened to it yesterday. Your voice is beautiful on there. And I was like listening to all the different stages of where you were at, like okay, let's remove it, then let's replace it, then let's cover it, then let's back around and double check it and cover it and put you in the future to feel it. And yeah, you did it all. It was lovely.
Yeah, it's a lot of points there, on the one point, in the one point. And if you feel powerless, uh, anybody that does martial arts holds the dantian.
What's that?
The dantian is right underneath the belly button, is the
Oh,
power point. So when you are feeling powerless, just close your eyes and go down there and hold it both your hands and regain your power. People forget that we were made there.
see, I was taught that that was the center of our being. That's
Yeah,
the body brain, where your body brain is, right?
well, go there and it will reset.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your sense of self-worth. You were a little tiny little sperm that with an little egg that became something from there. It's a
Mhm.
magical place. This is the magic.
It's also very close to the solar plexus, right?
Right below the belly button.
Yes.
And then
Oh,
you go, and martial arts,
oh,
the martial artists, they always go there to
yeah.
study. The Shaolin monks always teach that. The power is insane there. You know what I mean? So go back to your power.
Rescript.
And
Flip the
we,
button.
yeah, we never lose. And then we're gonna work with I'm gonna work with the slider, and with you, we're gonna work an increase in the sense of self-worth and removing all paradigms and all this stuff.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Should we do that next time?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Well,
Because we added to the hour now.
I think so. It was lovely to talk to you, my love. I
I
love
know I love you very much, and I love you guys, and we're here to serve and make sure that all of you are muy happy.
Please like, subscribe.
Oh, that's right.
Like, subscribe to the bell. Should we do our fun facial expressions for
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he said we have to look interesting on the thumbnail.
Hopefully he's going to like it, and we're not going to get like, what happened there, girls?
Get ready for us looking extremely shocked on our self-worth thumbnail. I don't know how looking shocked makes sense with the self-worth video.
And then he asked for that. So we're like, okay, we'll do it. We love you all.
Love you. Bye,
Bye.
honey. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me do it.